don't. But some of them I do. Here I'll be studying the evidence for and against all of history's mysteries, doing the work so you don't have to. But you really should do it on your own, like check sources and all that. Okay. On today's episode, reptilian conspiracy. If you've been paying attention, you might have heard more and more references to a clandestine reptilian humanoid race. Sound familiar? It's shown up in pop culture with increasing regularity. You've heard it on podcasts, in politics. The theory has even infiltrated the hit romance reality show, Love Island. Just what are all these people talking about? Let's get into it. Okay, so as with nearly any conspiracy theory, there are usually variations in belief, but for the most part, the theory posits that there is a race of reptilians, or lizard people, if you will, and you should, that work in secret to dominate and rule over humans like you and me. Now, while the suggested origin of these lizard people varies from theorist to theorist, some say that they're from Earth, some say that they're from space, some say that they started on Earth, went to space, and came back. The one thing that most folks agree on is that these motherfuckers are evil. So how do these lizard folk go from ruling in secret to getting brought up in Love Island casual contestant conversation? Well, the reptoids can thank former soccer player, sports reporter, and hot take haver David Icke for absolutely and utterly blowing up their spot. It's also worth noting now that David Icke's ideas are kind of problematic and borderline prejudice, but we'll get to that later. In 1998, David Icke released a book called The Biggest Secret, where two people he interviewed claimed that the British royal family were not in fact humans, but lizard people. Icke also claims that George W. Bush, Henry Kissinger, Bill, and Hillary Clinton, and Bob Hope are lizard people as well. Icke says that the reptoids are responsible for the JFK assassination, Princess Diana's death, and even 9/11. According to Icke, the Anunnaki, an ancient species of prehistoric alien demigods, came from the Orion, Sirius, and Draco constellations, created humans, and then created a reptilian-human hybrid. Making sense, right? Additionally, Icke suggests that lizard people drink human blood, which allows them to shapeshift into human form, allowing them to, I guess, then become a vaudeville legend and have an airport named after them. Icke has written that presidents and prime ministers have either been lizard people themselves or have been possessed or controlled by lizard people, and that they have had control over powerful offices since ancient times, like when Shrek 1 came out. Pretty heavy stuff, right? So what is there that even supports these wild-ass claims? Well, a little bit. Kind of. Maybe. Now, while I'm not all in on the reptilian theory just yet, I will say that it's not untrue that some very powerful people objectively look like lizards. And if you watch enough footage of politicians and high-level CEOs, you will find at least a few frames of them doing odd things. Now, maybe that's because to achieve a high level of success, you kind of just have to throw out being an altogether normal person. Or maybe they're lizard people. What's most interesting is that, and this is a fact, is that a lot of US presidents and very powerful people are related. Very distantly, but related. For example, President Barack Obama is a distant cousin of the Bushes, Gerald Ford, Lyndon B. Johnson, Harry Truman, and James Madison, as well as Winston Churchill. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt was related, again very distantly, to 11 other US presidents, including Madison, both Adams, Van Buren, Harrison, Taylor, Grant, the other Harrison.
Well, we'll have to let you go as we continue to explore this conspiracy of the reptilians. Hopefully you learned something, and that was the law.
Yep, you're going to see some inside the prison now.
But, dude, one time when I was in there was a guy did a crazy lick with his tongue, like a lizard lick. Yeah, dude. But hopefully you learned something in regards to the law from my stepdad. All right?
Yeah.
Because he is a plethora of knowledge. How useful that knowledge is depends on the conviction, man.
Yeah, and that's the conviction there keep you here. But if you want to find out for sure a year before you get out, file those papers, because you do got to have a place to stay. You know, something going on where you're going. If you're going to transfer, otherwise, you know, if you ain't got nothing going on, no place to stay, you're staying here. But I'm pretty sure that you have to stay here to complete your probation. You know, because it's
gone.
Well, that's what it
man? Is. What man? we lost him, Ken.
But he got.
I'm right here.
He's got to do it. Though.
He's been lost.
Thanks, Kenny, man.
You know what you sound like? You sound like the dude from South Park. Okay.
Okay. You gotta be a good boy, okay?
You know about them
Don't
lizard
do
people?
drugs, okay? Because I want to do your drugs, okay?
Crazy. Let's go back to the video, dude. Let's finish this video and then move on to some other stuff. We'll call Don. We'll eventually call Don.
Okay.
Dude,
Okay, Richie.
when Don calls, when we
Richie.
call Don, you should talk like that. But
I
don't
will.
do it to where you're mocking him in a sense, though. Let's have fun. Because I don't want to lose him.
Welcome to the
Because he was
Manwich
pissed
Show,
about,
okay.
I don't think he was too happy about the soundboard.
What's his name?
Don.
Don.
Yeah, he did get kind of upset, didn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yes, okay. All right, hold on.
Taft, and of course, the other Roosevelt. I mean, his own wife, Eleanor, was his 5th cousin. Hell, according to genealogy experts at genie.com, you go back far enough, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are related. 19th cousin. So is that evidence of ancient reptilian bloodlines
Yes!
secretly infiltrating and controlling our government? Or is it just kind of, how ancestry works? I don't know. Either way, you're gonna wanna know how to spot a reptoid. And that brings us to board time.
Godzilla.
So let's start with the easy.
Godzilla?
Okay. IV dead giveaways that you're talking to a lizard. We got the forked tongue, blue or green scales instead of skin. They lay eggs. But those are easy. According to one source at Alien Hub, there are more subtle signs that someone is a lizard person or have been possessed by one. Reddish hair. I didn't say it, they did. Keen eyesight or hearing. If I had keen eyesight, I would be wearing glasses to throw people on. Low blood pressure. Everything's chill, dude. ESP, UFO connections.
Uh-oh.
A love of space or science. Space.
Shit.
A predominance of green or hazel eyes that can change color. A sense of not belonging to the human race.
Brown to green.
I don't belong to the human race.
A deep compassion for the fate of mankind. Boop, boop. Unexplained scars on the body. An affinity for those chalky Valentine's Day hearts. That's not actually on the list, but who likes those? But even without that, many powerful people
like 'em.
exhibit many of these signs. But does that make them lizard
That
people?
stuff to
Okay,
me
so
is
here's a
nasty.
conspiracy theory pro tip. And this goes for nearly any
like 'em.
conspiracy theory. If you present evidence in the right order and don't present evidence against, you can make a compelling case. So now let's talk about the problem. Back to David Icke, the leading reptilian conspiracy theorist. He was a famous soccer player in the UK who had to retire after developing arthritis at age 21. He became political and joined the Green Party as a spokesman in the 1980s. He resigned from the Green Party in the early 1990s, which later banned him, and he toured the country telling people he was the son of the Godhead, and was generally laughed out of good favor in the UK. His theories have often been labeled as anti-Semitic. While some of the people on the list aren't Jewish, Icke has stated that the Rothschilds, a prominent and influential Jewish family, are actually blood-sucking reptilians. It claims that he's not criticizing real Jews, just many lizard people posing as Jews. These are his words, not mine. He's also been labeled a Holocaust denier,
Israelites.
positing both that Jews may have funded the Holocaust or that it didn't happen at all. In addition to that mess, there also might be a scientific reason why we might just not like snakes to begin with, making us very susceptible to a fear of a reptile-human hybrid. In 2013, scientists discovered that we have certain neurons in our brains that only respond to snakes. According to their research published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, these neurons were very important to our early ancestors who had to be wary of snakes when they were a major threat to survival. In a small study in 2014, EEG meters were used to track subjects' brain activity when shown photos of snakes. The study showed what we already know. People, for the most part, don't like snakes. Could this be evidence of a possible counter theory that we're predisposed to be scared of reptiles and therefore more likely to be paranoid about lizard people? I think so. So are we under the rule of a bloodline of reptilian aliens intent on sucking our human blood and shape-shifting their way into our hearts and minds? Or is this just, and excuse my language, a bunch of horse apples? We may never know for sure, but watching what our politicians do with our tax dollars isn't the worst idea. And maybe when you're watching that, you can keep an eye out for lizard tongues. Or anything else on this list.
Matt, you have a lot of those traits.
And with that,
Lizard people, man, you know.
tell us, Ken.
There was a story that I was reading a while back about they had something to do with the pyramids or something. in construction as slaves or something. Then they said they weren't slaves because they're Israelites.
Lizard people were building the pyramids. You read?
Yeah.
Oh,
But but that was already kicked to the curb, because then they said because the Israelites, Israel,
yeah.
they had their lizard people.
Let's do this now. Into hour 2 we go. Let's call up Don. Don called me earlier today,
Yeah.
by the way, and he said he was not happy with you too.
I'm not happy with this story.
I'm so fake and phony. Oh, ha ha ha! I'm just joking. I'm David Icke, and I tell you right now that lizard people exist.
Yeah, he's the main guy there. David Icke, he is. Anything you read about lizard people, he's in there. He's a lizard man himself.
He's a lizard.
There's something going on.
He's a lizard man.
All the shit that's happening in the world right now is a distraction. Something's going on behind the scene.
Everything is.
Something's going behind. Something's right behind that curtain. Something's back there, and we're not part of it. We're not invited.
Oh, now you're doing the George Carlin bit.
George Carlin. I know I heard that from fish before, but really, there's something going on.
Okay, Kenny.
Because I know I've been there behind the curtain.
Hello, you have a prepaid call from
Nobody believed me anyway. So
Richard Harris.
an inmate
Oh, there you
at
are.
Oshkosh
This is
Correctional
behind the Iron
Institution.
Curtain,
Your
ladies
account
and
balance
gentlemen.
is $14.97. To hear the charges for this call, press 2. To accept this call, press 5. To refuse this call, hang up now. To block this call and all future calls, press 9. All calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded. Thank you for using IC Solutions.
Dude, that shit
You
sounds
may
like
begin speaking
aliens.
now.
Like aliens. It's going to be like Mother, dude. You're like the countdown before the planet blows up. What's up, man? Welcome to the Manwich Show, dude. Hey. All right, man. Dude, we're talking about lizard people, dude. Do you know anything about lizard people?
There's plenty of them here right now.
There is? Oh my God. He's surrounded. We got to get you
I
out
am
of there.
surrounded by uneducated lizard people who choose not to have good hygiene. Let's talk about aliens with bad hygiene.
Okay. Sounds good, Richard. Tell us a little bit more. Okay, about stuff. Okay.
What's going on, Richard?
Yeah, man.
Have you ever heard of that?
Man,
Have you ever heard of that conspiracy of reptilians and the Illuminati and the supposed that there's lizard people that are in high ranking, but there's lizard people in high positions of government throughout the nations.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there must be a bunch of snakes in our judicial system then.
That's why it's the way it is.
Shit. Yeah, I believe in a lot of weird stuff, but, I don't know. What do I know?
Pretty soon we're going to have judges. That's going to be AI judges.
Oh,
That's scary, dude. That's like Judge. That's like, well, that's not Judge Dredd, but still.
The computer AI is going to say your conviction.
I'm like, hey, I'm a white guy. What's going on here? I'm supposed to get a break. You're supposed to give me 2 years
This
less.
fucker's dangerous.
Oh, we got a cat burglar here.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
We got a cat burglar. Michelle just showed up to the show. She's no
Did
longer
you
a
bring
turd.
some comic books? Did you bring us some comic books in that purse?
No, I did not.
What you got in there? Any goodies?
You got to talk into the mic if you're going to talk.
I did get something today, though.
Did you
Did
bring
you?
the lizard fossils?
No, I didn't bring my comic books, but...
First, you got to say hi to Richard. Rich is on the phone.
Hey, Richard. Let me put my headset on.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I heard that. How you doing?
How you doing?
Ooh, there you go.
She's like, I'm free. You're not. There you go.
She's putting her headphones on her head.
Yeah, I was at a birthday party earlier.
Wow, I can smell it.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
cool.
It was a girl's birthday party.
Yeah, it was Abby's
And-
birthday
Chocolate
party
cake.
And one of them was on her period.
and Jesse's birthday.
Stop.
We
Oh,
we celebrate. Everybody celebrates their birthday like for that month.
Like
We
they're the
take a day
president of
out.
the United States. Where'd you get that sweater from,
They
your
all,
mom?
they all got they all like tampons on fire and shit. They're like, yeah, we're celebrating our monthly shit, but yeah, oh my god.
No, yeah, we are. We're celebrating our monthly birthdays.
Look at that cat.
But I also got something too. I got like a crystal set.
The cat's in your purse. Show.
Dude, what's going on?
I got
Rich.
some news for next month, you guys.
Dude, tell us the news.
Tell us all about it.
Give it to us.
I got a court hearing. I don't know if they're going to drag me down to Dane County or not, but I can tell you, I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? It doesn't look good.
No?
Dude, tell us about it, man. Let us know what's going on.
I filed that complaint to the Office of Lawyer Regulation, proving that my attorney is just a stone cold liar, you know, and that she's been sending me other people's paperwork, and you know that's that infamous Lisa Goldman, you know, out of Madison. And I waited for for them to reply because I knew that's what she was going to do. And then when I sent back the proof, then all of a sudden now I've got this court hearing that's going on at next month. I think it's on the 11th or something like that. I forget what exact date it is. And it's like, come on, man. You know, now it almost feels like, because I've got the Department of Justice involved, I wrote to the governor, to the FBI, everybody, you know, with the proof that I'm actually innocent, and they, you know, and nobody wants to listen. Now it almost feels like the court's like, okay, now he's reached out to too many people. We're just going to slam him through and see if he can figure out how to get out, you know, and figure out how to undo what we're going to do to him. I mean, because if I go into the court and she doesn't protect the record, then there's no difference. All of this was for nothing. All the evidence I have that clearly shows that not only was the trial, you know, just the biggest farce in the world, that the evidence shows, you know, that my innocence and everything, then they're just not going to be able to do anything. I mean, it's going to take me 3 to 5 years.
Let's pray about this right now, man. Really, let's pray to the Lord about this one. And so, God the Father, in Jesus' name, we come to you in prayer. We ask God the Father at this upcoming court appearance that may it be in favor of Richard Harrison, God the Father. May it expose all the injustice and the violation of his personal rights that have occurred through the court system here in Wisconsin. And we ask God the Father in Jesus' name that you'd seek to be glorified and, again, freeing this man from prison. And may you raise up additional supporters for his cause and his freedom. And it's in Jesus' name, God the Father. We ask that you'd be glorified and giving this man not just good news, but freeing him from prison, God the Father. In Jesus' name we all ask and we say amen.
Amen.
Amen. And let's pray for the monthly thing that Michelle has to deal with. You know, it's just
You mean Michael?
She got a sex change.
Michael
I did not.
Obama.
We're
Don't tell me that
twins.
shit.
We're twins now.
She
No,
brought
no.
crystals.
She's
I
getting
did.
her
I
voice.
brought-
Her
I
voice
got
is getting
crystals.
changed next with the next surgery.
She brought crystals that have evil, that got demon spirits attached to them.
Yep.
No,
That's all that
they're
is.
not.
dude.
You
This
know-
is from the earth.
No,
and
that
these are
came from
minerals.
Tombstone.
Yeah, that's what they make you believe, and you bring it home, and there's evil shit happening.
Oh, you see, Mike's on. He's hip to it. He
I
knows,
took them
dude.
crystals that I had.
You know,
dude, I
you were
smashed
kind
them.
of, yup.
Now I got good luck.
Really?
Yep.
So for
I got good
me,
luck, dude. I got good luck now ever since that day.
Where'd you steal that from? A
I have
pirate?
cleansing. Doesn't it look like a pirate thing?
It is.
Cleansing.
Arr,
That's a
wow.
new wave.
Pretty
That's a
cool.
new wave, like religion there with the crystals and all that shit.
Do you know what? This is old.
Yeah, but it's like
This
a new
is
wave
old.
to us. It's like they're just
You
like
you want it
really
to be,
pushing all that, and people
but this
saying
was before.
we're going to
You're telling
manifest
it-
stuff.
you're telling us about it.
stuff.
Oh, you're bringing back a religion?
No, but this is
Bringing it back.
these are old things that have been
Whoa.
around since
Whoa.
forever.
My microphone.
Didn't I ever tell you if I was the devil how I would do it?
Yeah, you'd
I would
say-
rewrite the Bible
you'd give
and
me
tell
kisses and
everybody what
hugs
to
and tell
do.
Everything's all right.
And
After you
distribute
whip my ass, you
crystals.
say that's a kiss.
Yeah,
You'd beat me up and say that's love.
yeah, because that's what they do.
That's not love. shit, I've been doing this all wrong.
Look at them attacking me. Holy
If
shit.
I was the
Yeah,
devil,
hold on a minute.
I would
here.
turn
Bring it
everybody
back.
into a fart.
Bring it
I
back.
was always told if the bruise was
We're
yellow,
mad at you
it's
'cause
not
you
a good
weren't
fellow,
here.
you know?
Oh, my
I'm
brother
just-
said he liked them. He liked his girls black and blue.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Look. You know
Abuse
you know your
Smurfs.
space. You know your space.
You know, listen, you can always tell, though. You can literally always tell when somebody truly meant what they were saying. Like, if your bruise was like yellow, it was like, whatever. You know, if that bruise
That's
was like
discipline.
blood clotted,
That's discipline.
you know, if the
The
bruise
yellow
was like
one's
a blood
discipline.
clot right away, you're like, oh my shit, he's serious,
That's
you know?
abuse. That's abuse.
Look
You
at,
gotta
look
watch
at,
out.
look at your dad over here. He's like appalled. Wait till you get
See,
home. You're
the-
going to
the
get your
love,
ass
The love
kicked.
is a slap. A backhand is tough love.
Yeah,
And
but
then
you
if
got to be
there's
really nice.
abuse.
I gave my ex-wife, I gave her a pair of sunglasses, and they lasted only for about 3 months.
Aw.
You know what that is, eh, Mike? Sunglasses.
Because I gave her a pair of sunglasses.
I know,
Yeah.
I know where this
The guy
crystal
back
came
here would have
from.
been like, man, I'd have made that bitch pay for her own sunglasses.
I know where this crystal. She got this crystal.
From China.
No, she got it from Superman's lair. It's the one that goes into the machine. It's a key. This is a key.
What else you got there?
So what kind of crystals you
What's
got?
in that little box?
Dude, I got lots of, but this one
What's in that one?
right
I
here
want to see that one you got there.
Oh, wow.
All
is
right.
a pyramid within
Pyramid.
a pyramid.
Oh, you could put that. That can stay in the podcast. You don't
What's
need
on
it.
the
Look at you.
outside?
Oh,
What
look
is
at
in
that.
the
Oh, you
inside?
said all that stuff.
Hey?
Well,
Yeah.
that's, I'm not. I don't
Wow.
care
That
about
right
it being
there.
a crystal.
Hey,
This is like
what's on the outside is what's on the inside. That's a weird crystal
It's
there.
it's a pyramid.
Oh yeah,
it's an eight-sided
It's a-
pyramid,
Yes.
sort of.
Goddess.
2,
Illuminati.
4.
All calls other than properly
Six,
Another
eight.
one
Who do
inside.
we
These calls may
appreciate?
be monitored and recorded.
Tell us
Did
about
you guys hear Pat beat all that?
where's he at, dude? Has he been calling into the show? Is he out right now? Is he on the unit still? Did he go? Did you bring him
No, they
back,
moved him to a different unit on the other side. He's over in P somewhere.
dude? Is there any way you can get a hold of him?
I'm gonna set. Well, I sent a message for him to call. I think he's still shell shocked because they yanked him
Dude.
through all that crap.
Dude, I hope you know. Did you try calling earlier?
Who, me? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I tried calling about an hour ago.
Okay, all right. So, because we were on of course, we were on the phone with another inmate at another prison.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
But I'm asking because I was hoping that it wasn't Pat. We'd love to get Pat on the show. We'd love to hear Pat's story about how all that unfolded.
That shit's horrible. I do want to say I got that paperwork from you, and I was right.
About the batteries.
Man, listen, I'm not kidding you. My math is right. I hate saying it because it makes me sound like I'm a freaking nutball sitting in prison and shit like that, you know, just spouting off shit. But the battery system in it, like the way they break it down on that piece of paper, I said 3.7. It says 3.4 per cell in there. The battery in the back of your cell phone is 3.7, and they fit. But you could put 3 blades in the back versus the one they have. You could literally change the whole battery system with the technology that's already out there. So the Tesla battery system is actually designed to fail quickly to make the car useless. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Now did you catch all that?
Yeah.
You know, he did this guy. He's smart, man. Richard Harrison's pretty smart, man.
Yeah.
Rich actually is. Now, I'm not flattering. I'm not trying to patronize him or flatter him, but I'm
Cool.
being
You can call me
truthful.
dumbass once in a while. I need that.
No, the fact that he even was asking about Tesla battery, I was like, man, you know, like, okay, whatever. You know, I sent it to him, and I sent him a bunch of different pictures of it. And this guy's like talking about this stuff, and he's been in prison over 14 years, and he's like a Tesla. It's almost like some Tesla stuff, you know.
Here's the thing: the battery, the car. Everybody knows these cars are insanely expensive when they're brand new. Everybody knows that. There's no arguing about that. I mean, they're over $100,000. 4 years later, you're lucky if you get $50,000, $60,000 out of that. And why is that? Even if the car is in perfect condition, it's because of the battery system. Nobody wants a car that can barely get you to McDonald's and back. Nobody wants that.
That battery costs
They
more
want
than the
the-
car.
Correct. But that's the problem. That's the whole car. The
Yeah.
car is the battery. and when the battery goes, it's no good. But the battery system in itself, the way they've got it set up, only boasts a total amount of like 700 to 800 miles. That's at the top end when it's brand spanking new and all that other stuff. But if you dissect the battery system without changing any of his charging system or doing anything else with it, with the technology that we already have out there, and you look at his price to replace the battery, which is anywhere between $15,000 to $30,000, depending on the model of the car, and you got to wait 6 months to 2 years to get your car back, depending on where the Tesla place is at. That's ridiculous. Now, if you take the battery cell out, each individual cell is 3.4 volts. It's exactly what it is. The battery in the back of your phone right now should be a 3.7, and it's a blade. It's a little small, a little bit thicker than a credit card, a little bit wider. That's about all it is. The difference is, in the same exact spot, you can stick 4 to 5 of those cell phone batteries, which is way more than, obviously, than the 3.4, because it's 3.7 times 4 instead of 3.4 times 1.
Right.
It's the exact same thing, same space, same everything. You don't change anything, and the voltage is the same. It's just like, putting a bigger 12-volt battery in your truck versus, a 12-volt battery for your Honda. That's the same thing. It's the same scenario. And the reason he did that, the only thing I can think of is that, well, for one, your car dies, it's quick resale, I'm going to be able to buy more, I'm going to be able to repair more, it's his Tupperware cars. He made a nice looking car, but he left the Achilles heel in the battery system. But somebody who had some intelligence could take the whole system out and just simply spend $2,500 to $5,000, and you could end up with a car that will get anywhere from 15 to 2,000 miles. And it would have a longer life expectancy. The only difference would be you won't be able to quick charge it, because quick charging heats the batteries up and it takes the life out of it too quick. That's like taking your iPhone and going to a full charge in less than 10 minutes. Your battery would go poof. So you'd have to only trickle charge it. So you'd have to, from time to time, you'd have to do 8 hours. You'd have to do an 8-hour charge or a 10-hour charge or whatever, slow charge at your house, 110. And the math would probably come out to like, $5. But nobody's driving, 1,000 miles or 1,800 miles every day in town. So, now you've got a car that's worth something. And so you ask, why is Elon Musk not doing this? The reason he's not doing it is because of all the finances. It's financially more, better for him to have a car that looks great, people want, and then you got to buy another, you got to buy another, you got to buy another. It's not like in the back of the day when you bought a Buick, the thing could be, or a Chevy or a Ford, whichever, car bandit person you are, the thing could be knocking and almost out of oil, and you can still drive it for another year. These cars are still around.
I remember those good old days. I miss them.
Yeah,
I miss them. The cars we have now are fucking
still got
trash.
my car.
Yeah,
Still got my old car.
I still got my Chevy. My Chevy's still. I got a 1997 Chevy. It's beautiful. I built it myself.
Wow.
That thing still runs perfect.
I got
And I'm telling you what.
Mustang.
Oof, I love Mustang. What do you get, the 351 Cleveland or the Windsor?
The 302.
Or do you get the 302? Ah,
I used to have a 351 modified.
my first one was a Gran Torino. I had a Gran Torino I built with a 351 Windsor in it. Man, that thing was a monster.
Windsor's the best
you
motor.
understand what I'm saying about the battery system, though?
About those batteries?
Yeah.
How come they don't make a generator for that? You can't. I know you don't use an alternator for that. You have to use a generator.
What Tesla did was, he took all the motors and he put regenerative braking in it. That was his answer to that. So every time you push down on the brake, the motors convert over to a generator. So that's the way he did it. But it doesn't make a difference. The technology's out there right now for everything we need to really have a sustainable car that would last 10 or 15 years and really get your money's worth out of it. But obviously, from a financial standpoint, they're not going to do that. Hell no.
Yeah, because they'll never make any money off of that. It's all about money.
But a person like you guys and me and stuff like that, I could do it. They're giving Teslas away when the battery systems are junk. You can literally go find a Tesla, take the time to split it apart, and the battery system is not complicated. If you know anything about, car amplifiers, like a sub, like a Sony amp or a JVC amp or, all those stuff, that's exactly what they look like. You take the cover off, one end is where you plug in at, that's the charge end, everything else is the batteries. And they literally look like the little motor, the little batteries and everything. Dumbler just said hi. He's waiting for you guys. So he said, when I'm done, he wants to talk to you guys.
All right.
Nice.
Alrighty, man.
Yes. You understand what I'm saying, though, about the, so they, it's a financial win. Tesla knew, Elon Musk knew or whatever, he was like, yeah, I got this nice car. How can I give everybody a car and still win on this? So I'll give him a beautiful car with an Achilles heel in it. The battery system is junk.
Well, I think we're going to end up getting a call from Elon. We're going to get a call from Elon.
I hope you guys do. Hey, I hope you do, because there's no way for him to mathematically explain that out. I've spent the last 7 days just making sure after I got your paperwork with the calculator. I've got a full notebook full of every variable from pull, amperage per hour, everything. I'm talking everything. Even overheating where cells go bad, everything. I've broken it down into blocks, everything. And you know what? It doesn't matter. He did wrong. There's no reason you should put that low of amount of a battery in there, even with heating and everything else in it. There's no way. He did it because he knew that after a short period of time, the draw and the pull, having to charge it up and the pull down back and forth would kill the battery system. There's no way for you not to think that.
1 minute remaining.
You give a person your cell phone and you tell him he has to charge it up every 30 minutes, it's going to wreck the battery.
Yep.
Yeah, well, when a battery, when you wreck a battery to recharge it, you use electric.
Yep.
You jump it with electric, and it makes that battery new again.
You got to be careful, though, because if you drain the battery too low,
you can negative charge it.
You can't, when you go to charge it, it ruins your battery, gets jacked up from being under, going under that amount. Like, if you had like a battery.
Yeah, it isn't like you can ride it on fumes.
Yep, you can't. You get down to
Hey,
that certain
you guys,
park it. You got to park it at a quarter tank.
Hey, before the phone hangs up, you guys, hey, man, God bless all you guys, okay? And I know I just talked about some crazy stuff, but, it's accurate. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome, man. We're here to listen.
Yeah. Yep.
We're here to give you support and get your voice out there.
Everybody hears it.
Boom.
I appreciate it, It'd be nice if we could get a big rally cry for everybody.
Woo! Arr! Help this guy. What is that?
That was Dad running out of gas.
Out of energy. He's a robot.
He ran out of
I remember running out of gas a lot of times.
Yeah. You never run out a lot of times.
You just eat more beans.
I ran out of gas. Well, not a whole lot of time, but I ran out of gas. And I had to hitchhike into a town to get gas. I didn't have a gas can.
Really?
So the guy gave me a gas can to use. And he gave me 6 gallons of gas.
6 gallons?
Yeah, it was only like $4 and something.
Eat it.
But he gave it to me on credit. He gave me the gas on credit.
What year was this when them gas prices were so easily to give 6 gallons away? Like
1912, something like that.
Oh, okay. Right. That was right after Horse Way.
Hey, Rich, what was our topic today?
Gas was only 38 cents a gallon.
What was that? It's a meatball?
Lizard people. Yeah, it's a meatball from a Mario.
The reptilians.
Yeah, the reptilians, man.
Oh, just turn on CNN.
Dude, are they actually from the other moon?
Put that on.
There's 2 moons, they said. So there's if there's 2 moons by the sun, they don't know what's on the other one.
I wonder what about the reptilians.
The rats. Oh my God, there is actually a rat god that lives down there.
A reptilian.
Yeah, reptilians, man, they're real too.
So
they're like the how the Neanderthals of the lizard people.
Hello, you have a prepaid call from
Jeff Numler.
an inmate at all calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
Hey.
Hey.
It hung up.
Hello?
Huh?
Dude, it hung up.
He accidentally hung
That
up on his
phone.
end.
He called back.
Yeah.
It's the phone's jacked up the system there. It's
Probably
been cutting
using that
people off.
one.
Yeah, because what's his name got shut off too, remember?
Yep, I remember.
I just want to comment that Joe Biden has cornflower blue eyes. And in all his prior pictures before he ran for president, you could clearly see he had blue eyes no matter where he was in the room. You could see that they were blue.
What are they now?
They're dark brown.
Yeah, he's been taking over. That wasn't him on the State of the Union either. That was somebody else.
That was somebody. on the gold
Got a
juice,
mask.
like on the gold juice, like
Oh,
that
yeah.
one Taryn girl was talking about.
Hello,
yeah.
you
And
have
all
a
those other
prepaid
people talk
call
about
Go
from
juice.
some of
Jeff
that.
Tumler.
an inmate at Oshkosh Correctional
They're sick of
Institution.
it. I don't even
Your
wanna even
account
say the word.
balance
Yeah, I don't
is
even want to.
13.
All
Too many
calls
stupid
other
people
than
out there.
properly placed
creme.
attorney's calls may be
A
monitored
creme.
and recorded.
Thank you for using
know what I'm talking
IC
about.
Solutions.
IC
You may begin
Solutions.
speaking now.
Yo.
Okay,
Yo.
hello. Okay.
Dude, we thought we lost you.
Good.
Where you
Welcome,
go, man?
welcome, Jeff. Welcome,
Yeah.
Jeff, to the Manwich Show, Jeff. Okay.
That's his real name.
We're talking about lizard people. Okay.
Anyway, we're talking about these lizard people. Do you know anything about them? Have you heard about
What?
reptilians? Have you ever
No.
heard? You never heard of that conspiracy theory about the reptilians that live in the earth, or that
No.
actually rule the earth? No. Wow.
I don't think so.
That's
But you've
two
heard of the
people.
Illuminati, correct?
The Illuminati?
Yeah.
Very little. I mean.
So
yeah,
let's talk
you guys
about
have-
cows right now.
Russian.
Let's talk about the farm.
So
'Cause
cows,
I know
people,
you know
I hear
about
people
farming.
always tell me that cows don't lay down to sleep, but I seen a cow lay down sleeping. And
Yeah,
he
they
hit the
do.
snooze button. Oh, is
Oh,
it
yeah?
true that you're not supposed to go in a bar at a certain, go inside the barn at a certain time of the night because the animals talk?
Guy over
I don't know. I've been in the barn 24 hours, and I mean, it's pretty quiet, other than the radio blaring.
Right. I see.
Yeah,
Dude,
but the animals. I mean, they don't. I mean, maybe I always think like an animal maybe has like maybe they. They do talk. We don't. We can't hear them. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Might be onto something there.
I might be. But so I know so you guys' topic is about that. What do you guys think about this liar, Biden? Piece of shit.
I think the man, he's a traitor. He's a traitor.
Dude, he's a trip.
A traitor to
He
the
gets
American
on- he gets
people?
on the- he-
he's a lizard
yeah, he
people.
No.
He gets on the news and does one press conference and thinks that he's all goddess and mightiest, and he goes and tells and lies to the people, saying that the Republicans are the ones that shut down the wall. What an idiot!
You know what? I almost want to call him an idiot. It's the people that listen to him and believe him even after living through, like, when Trump was in, dude, not like we were living and it was really gold and paved roads, but things did run a hell of a lot smoother and they did feel a lot different, and the food was cheaper and they were normal sizes.
More money in your pocket.
Economy was getting stronger.
You had money in your
Yeah, like
pocket.
you could feel
Gas
that.
was
You could feel
$1.65.
that upswing that we were all feeling. Everybody was feeling it because everybody was
our
going to work.
country, our country had a backbone. And I mean, yeah, Trump's mouth gets a little ruthless sometimes, but you know what? He backs it up.
Yeah, you know what? You
he
can't
might
be.
not. He might not. He might go into the ring with Claude Van Damme or something like that, and he might get his ass whooped. But you know what? Trump's still going to stand there and take the criticism, and he's still going to stand up for what he believes in. Now, Biden, he ain't doing none of that. Biden don't want to do it. Biden has no intentions of doing any of that. And like you said, it's the people that believe this guy, and it's just asinine. I mean, I can't believe that this guy's on TV and lying about this, that, and the other. That's just crazy that, because I watched that on the news, and I'm like, you got to be shitting me. This guy's
You know
like,
what? It's 100% gaslighting the American people, and we just keep putting up with it. I mean, look at all those people on January 6th that went to jail, and then those other protesters that came all the way up to the walls and put red hands up, and I don't know. It just that seemed more like you can intimidate the American people, but you can't intimidate other people that actually don't live here. What do they got to lose?
What do you think about this
no stake in the
situation?
game.
That this guy, so these guys, so you got Trump, and they're trying to, they gave him this fine, whatever, of $92 billion. And then they're saying that he's got to post another bail or something like that for whatever it is, an ungodly amount of money. And then all of a sudden they're saying, oh, well, Colorado isn't sure if they're going to put him on the ballot because of running presidency. And all of a sudden the federal court said, no, if he's running, he has to be put on the ballot. So that kind of, put a quash to that. But,
Did you see how angry that
lady was? They're trying to do
was?
whatever they can. They're trying to do whatever they can to try to shut this guy down.
Yeah. And you know what?
And they can't do that big cheat again. They can't do that big cheat again.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the Democrats like him. The Democrats really like him because he's a puppet. They can pull the strings and he'll dance to it, and that's real.
But he can't sing.
No, he can't sing.
No, he's a horrible singer.
And you're lucky if he can dance. You see the way he flopped up and down?
That's another thing on that thing, the State of the Union, the State of the Union thing. His walk, that wasn't him. That was he didn't walk like that.
Yeah, they pumped him up with something real good. They pumped him up with something real good.
Amphetamines,
He's like shuffling. He's doing that old man shuffle off the stage and like the wandering. The way he moves around is like he needs to be in a nursing fucking home.
Yeah,
he moves like a nursing home.
No, I love the
except
jetpack
for that
thing
day.
when he does this with his hands to his side and he just walks
floating
like
around?
he's jetpacking.
Maybe he is jetpacking. Maybe he thinks he's in the outer space.
And it's it's hard if we can't take him serious. How the fuck
All
we
calls
expect
other
other
than
people?
properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
And you're completely 100% right there. If we don't take him serious, how can anybody else? How can anybody else let this guy run our country when he has not done a fucking thing for us for the last 4 years, other than we've got 92 billion people that came into this country. There's women that are being tortured, raped, whatever, killed, and by immigration. And this guy's thinking that, vote for me. You guys are the ones that shut down the border. Or you guys shut down. Get the hell out of here. You're a fucking loser, dude. You are a loser. And you know what? If anybody needs to be put underneath the gun like Trump was, I think it should be you, because now you're protecting your son that's broke the law, has done illegal immigration, trading, whatever the hell he's been doing, smuggling drugs, whatever. And you're a loser, dude. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, but I wanted to just touch on that. And also another good theory that maybe some of you guys are interested in is that there is something about signs of alien life that they've been here.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Octopus.
I was listening to Newsmax.
They left their pet octopuses here. That's why we got octopus.
Stop, because octopuses
and
are
other sea
very
creatures.
super duper creepy.
And there's other weird sea creatures in the ocean that are kind of really strange, and that those are probably pets that they brought. The aliens brought.
It is crazy how I really think that octopuses can survive in super deep space. Because they live someplace where it's like super like crushing. Like they live in the bottom of the ocean. It doesn't even affect them.
But they need water to breathe, correct? So they can't breathe in space. Is that what you mean?
Breathing nothing.
What are you saying? Like they could breathe?
I don't know. If I was a flat earther, I would think there was no space.
To get back to that Biden dude, check this out with Biden. He sit there and he's incompetent to stand trial. He's incompetent to stand trial, and yet he's running a fucking country.
Yeah, he can run the country.
He's incompetent. They said he's forgetful, all that kind of stuff. So they can't take him to court for the papers that he's got.
To go to jail.
Too old to bring to jail.
Can you hear that? He's too dumb to go to jail.
But the thing of it is,
son of a bitch.
There's people going to jail that are 80 years old that did less.
That boy's so dumb he don't even realize he's in jail.
That pisses me off.
That was on a rant.
Dude, I'm
outsmarted the system.
Yeah, I know, but how can that be?
Must have been giving tips to his boy.
Well, how could somebody so dumb get away with so much?
We live in a new world, a new
amazing.
Everything he done,
seriously backwards.
and the paperwork that he had in that garage is a lot worse than what Trump had, because he got them fucking papers when he was in the Senate, and then vice president, and he's not supposed to have them motherfuckers, and yet it's okay.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
He
Trump
exactly.
got a whole
He
bunch of
doesn't
papers.
realize he does these things. He's our president. You know that guy.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you do something
He's
stupid,
unforgiving.
that's just him. That's just him.
Incognitive. He didn't know that he had documents in that briefcase. Damn it.
Right.
There goes Biden.
I mean, god dang,
He
you
didn't know
know.
what that briefcase was for. He thought it was just to hold his pen and
Look.
his bear.
Look at her doing the Trump
People
over
make
that
mistakes. People make
That's
mistakes.
his mask inside there. Mrs. Doubtfire
I
all over.
understand.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand.
though. In the Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire. That's what it reminds me of. That mask. He's got a mask on or something.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
His face looks weird, dude. Ever watch it? Like how it moves and
He's
like,
got
does
no
weird shit.
eyelashes.
Oh
That's a
yeah.
weird
He's
ass
got no
eyelash, man.
eyelashes, and his eye is sunk way back in there where the mask kind of poked out on that one eye, and it's got like a little split in it.
It's strange,
Yeah,
man.
you know what? I
Everything's
see
strange.
His
that
wife-
when
his-
I watch
his
live
wife is-
TV.
His wife has got a bigger bear than him because she's all running all of his fucking votes for him and trying to get the states. He's not even doing nothing.
Yeah, of course.
She's
yeah.
his caretaker.
She's a
You
doing
guys
a
want
good
to hear?
wife job. She's doing a good.
You guys
job as
want to
being
hear
a
something
wife.
crazy?
Honestly, she's being a good wife.
Before his,
Oh, man.
Biden was married before, right?
Yeah,
And
his wife got
his
killed in a
wife-
car
Man.
accident.
Got killed in a car accident. But do you know who the babysitter was?
Who?
Jill.
Really?
I can't make this shit up. Why would I?
Wow.
I don't
Jill.
talk about things I know.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the
That's-
babysitter.
Dang.
I
He's
can't.
the babysitter.
I can't no
That was
more.
a planned job.
Dang, Get that side job. Get rid of my.
I can't.
Get rid of my
She's a
wife, and I'll
babysitter.
marry you, and
Yeah. I don't know. Shit's everything. You go back and you look at shit.
you can call
and
me
you
Jack.
really look
Yeah,
at
but
it.
when you're a lizard person,
without-
you can get away with that shit.
Yeah, you can. When you're a lizard
Yep.
person. Because
What you looking at? I'll do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Touch me for $5.
I think she runs the show. He doesn't do anything.
Of course, no. He's mindless, man. He's
I don't
just,
think
like,
she
on
runs
fumes.
the show either.
I
don't
think
she
Kamala
runs the
Harris
show.
is the
Like
one
you
right.
said, she's
right
a handler.
Shit
She's
for
a
him
handler.
to say.
Running around the fucking White House, spelling
Oh man.
picking up pieces of candy or some shit, spelling run
Piece of candy. A piece of candy.
Is-
as his
piece of
wife's
candy.
behind him.
Oh my God! I heard he walks around
Look.
the White House naked. They were talking about
I
it
like
on
him.
Alex Jones.
I like.
Biden walks around the White House naked.
Hell yeah, man. He's the man. He should be able to walk around there swinging them nuts back and forth.
His fucking dog bit how many
Holy
Secret Service?
shit! His
I thought
dog
he got
was
a new one. I thought he got
on
a
a
new dog.
rampage. No, but this was the old dog. They're going back and revisiting that
Major?
because
Are they?
yeah, you know it.
Oh, wow,
You know it. That
Major.
dog
Put him in
attacked
the
like
hospital. Put a couple in the hospital.
22 people and covered the walls of the White House with blood. I was like, what the fuck? I'm reading this in the Daily Mail. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, the Daily Mail.
That's
That's
crazy.
where I got it from.
I wish that fucking dog would bite Biden. That'd be great.
It's the devil's dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's the devil's dog.
Yeah, protects him.
Yeah.
What is it
Is he
called?
another-
His
Called
name is
something hound.
Diablo.
Yeah.
Something hound. Something hound.
It's called a hellhound.
Hellhound? Is that what it is?
Yes.
That was
But yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the rampage of the week for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard that, and I'm just like, you got to be shitting me. So all the American people that are listening to this, vote for Make America Great Again and vote
Yeah.
for Trump.
Yeah.
You know, don't listen to the lies.
Well,
you
they're
know.
making it difficult for him to get there, though. But he's got a lot of that shit around with that Fannie Mae and that Wade dude. You know.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is now that Judge Cannon, he worked under Fannie Mae or Fannie Willis. He worked under her before he was a judge. And then and then he donated money, and then his wife donated money, $99 one time and $91 the next time to make it $200, something, whatever it was. And they, that's that you can't do that. You can't be that judge. You can't be there because there's interest there.
Right. Right. That's a conflict of interest.
Yeah, conflict of interest. Damn right that is. And so now they're waiting to see what he says. That if he doesn't get rid of those two, Fannie and that Wade, don't get rid of them, they're getting rid of the judge and they're going to start all over again. And I think if that happens like that and they start over, they're going to shit can the whole thing and get rid of it.
Hey, hey Jeff.
Yep.
So how much time do you have left before you're released?
I got 4 months. The 16th will be exactly 4 months.
All right. Hey, you want to tell the viewers what prison that you're in and the unit, and you know what state you're in for the prison that you're in, the name of the prison, and just like the unit that you're in, and what your experience has been in prison, and just
And
like the positives, man.
Yeah, would you recommend your experience to anybody else out there?
Well, no, but like the positives, like what you've gotten out of it.
I'm just fucking with you. The way Richie was saying it made it sound like but yeah, do tell us.
We have tea time every day, 4 o'clock. Here in Wisconsin, I mean, it's prison and it's Oshkosh, and I'm on like this open center, so like it's pretty much free movement kind of throughout the day, except for lockdown hours.
Other than properly placed, attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
From 9 o'clock at night to 8 o'clock in the morning, and then from 8 o'clock in the morning to 10:45, day rooms are open. From 10:45 to 1 o'clock, the day rooms are closed. From 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, the day rooms are open. From 4 o'clock to 6:45, the day rooms are closed. And then from 6:45 all the way to 9 o'clock, the day rooms are open, which is right now. Prison, I mean, it is whatever you make it is. You know, like some people draw, people do other little activities, whatever that, you know, they try to keep their time going by. Mine is I study business and I study construction. So, would I recommend it to anybody? Absolutely not. I mean, obviously nobody wants to end up in prison. Wisconsin is probably one of the softer prisons of prison. I mean, it isn't like down south or anything like that. I mean, not that I'm bragging about any of this, because I'm not. It's just, this is a mind game, is what it is. There is nothing here to stimulate your mind to keep. You know, people become they're not independent. They become dependent on the state. We sit around, you get 5 cents, 4 cents, whatever it is, for 40 hours. We get paid $4 every 2 weeks to sit around and do nothing. Other than that, I got a job, and they take out 85% of my money. So by the time I'm done, I make like $2, $3, or something like that. It is. I make 19 cents an hour. There's 19, and then high rate, they got like $1 or something, which they got that for BCE, which is where they fold sheets. These guys, they got a little industry type deal where they rent out sheets to like psycho places like Mendota and stuff like that, and they make money off from that. But the guys here make pennies in return. So I mean, they're making $17 off from a sheet, and they're only paying $7 for employees. You know, I mean, the whole system is corrupt. Now they got tablets in here. Does it sound great? Yeah, absolutely. But what they're trying to charge a person for to use a tablet is asinine, because who can afford $35 a month? There's 2,100. There's like 2,100 inmates here, or something like that, in this whole prison campus right now, which is 96 acres. With that, that's like $73,000 a month. They're putting up a new building right now, and it kind of makes sense now because they're putting up this new
1
building.
minute remaining.
And they're making $73,000 a month. If everybody were to pay that, that's paying for that building. And then that's all profit. What are they doing with the rest of the money? Everybody's putting all their money in everything in these accounts.
Party.
These guys are getting all the interest.
Yeah.
They're using that money for themselves for fun.
Absolutely.
Frivolous
and
things.
That's just asinine. Why don't they give us free cable or something? Why don't they give us cable instead of giving us this fucking...
Because you're being punished. You're being punished.
Well,
That's
yeah, but
why.
if we're
That's
being
what
punished,
they're, that's
don't
what they're
give us a
thinking.
tablet.
That's what they're. Well, they're like that.
That's
they're
all,
like
when you were saying they play mind
But-
games. That's
Yeah.
part of the game.
Yep.
That's
they're
all
like the
part
both
of the
parents.
game.
There's a nice parent and a
But
bad
you guys
parent,
be
like the
safe
mom
and
and dad.
everything like that, and
Both ain't in love.
Yeah,
you guys
dude.
be safe and everything, and
Yeah.
stay cool, and remember 4 months, and I'll give you guys a call back Saturday. Douche is gonna call you guys here, I think.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll be
Cool,
waiting for
man.
him.
Nice talking to you, man, Jeff.
Nice. Always
Oh,
talking.
can't wait
about
to
We'll
see
be
it.
waiting
ya.
for
Good
that
time.
douche.
Yeah. For sensible talk we had.
Yeah. So
I'm glad he was able to get some of that off
Yeah.
his
That's
chest, man.
good.
He
There
was
we go.
really
Another
pissed
one.
about that
Yep,
that
another
Biden
one.
thing, dude.
Yeah.
That really got him going. Boy, somebody else bitched about that earlier today
Somebody
too.
else was saying something, weren't they? Or is that in my mind? I think I'm going crazy. I'm in two
I
different
think-
dimensions right now.
There was a little bit said by Pulver.
Yeah,
A little bit.
Pulver. I thought American Idol was going to call. He was singing with that angel voice.
Yeah, your boyfriend called Michelle.
Yes, he's like, I can't wait to see my girlfriend Michelle.
Even laughing.
Yeah, that they called you his girlfriend.
Oh.
Girlfriend Michelle.
You didn't even do that right. There you go. Yeah, practice.
When he makes me
That's
say
funny.
stuff.
So what
No,
did he sing?
if
What did
you
he
go to-
sing? Jingle bells?
No, he's singing a prayer song.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty
Nice.
cool. He was, that's good, man.
He's doing something.
Yeah. He got to express himself.
So were you guys able to talk to
About
anybody about
criticism.
those lizard people?
He
About the
doesn't
topic
know.
of the
A little
day?
bit. A little bit.
You know what? A lot of people, they hear it and they just like,
Alligators.
but you know what? I think it was that day when you were in, Mike, when you were in the military and you were talking about that to me. You were like, yeah, dude, check it out. Just like turn on TV and just like look at their eyes. Just look,
Yeah, I
look
caught
at their
that one.
face. But it can't be anything taped. It has to be live.
Yep.
It has to be live. That's the only time you see that weird shit. And so I'm busy. I got off the phone with you. I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm chilling. And I watched CNN at the time and MSNBC because that's where I got the news. I mean, I didn't know about Fox really. This was a long time ago. And I'm busy watching it. All of a sudden, I noticed the eyes and it made me think, holy shit, that's right. We used to stay up really late watching the news and we would comment about them blinking really fast.
Remember? And then, but we could never like rewind it to see anything again if we ever seen an anomaly.
Yeah,
We could never
but you can rewind
never
it now and
Yeah,
say,
now you
hey,
can.
did I see that?
Yep.
So I did that. And I was like, I rewound it and I was like, holy shit, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I was like, totally freaked out. Mike came home, I was like, holy shit, dude, you're never gonna guess out what I found out today. And he's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it, this and that. But as time went on, and I think that really ancient aliens, for some people, really helped them get over some of the hump of like getting
Open your
used to
they don't
that
all
idea,
slant.
getting used to
The
your
eyes don't all
idea.
slant like that either.
No. They
That
don't.
one guy, that one I was watching that news lady, her eye got real big and black. The whole thing was all black. And then when she moved, the eye kind of went like to see her, and this eye stayed neutral. And it came back and her, kind of went back to normal. And then it's the other guy on the news. That guy, the eyes kind of went into a oval shape, and then back to normal. And
Well,
are looking around.
Their eyes also definitely slit. There's
Yeah.
definitely a slit.
Right.
And I know we all have saliva in our mouth. But their shit is just very, like, their teeth shift. I never seen anybody's fucking teeth shift in their fucking mouth like that before. But I'm not there.
That's like,
But and I would love to go to one of these press conferences to these people that I see this consistently happen on. I'm not going to bust them out. You can do your own research, figure it out. But I will give you a clue. Watching CNN and MSNBC, and what you really want to look at is you want to watch the people that they come on and guest star. the people that come in and talk for them. It's very, sorry about that, very suspect, you know, the way their faces change. Also, another thing that you see too is you'll see like that black and white, like
Zebra striping looking stuff.
yeah, like a zebra stripe thing, almost like a box though, almost like a box shape of it. A broken box. Yeah.
So we got two different Bidens, one with Biden with teeth and one with less teeth.
Well, no, it's the same thing. They all just wear.
No, I'm saying this.
They're wearing the same mask.
What he's showing me.
Oh yeah,
I know
that
you're
right
talking
there.
About, yeah, they
It's just a bottom tooth. It's one bottom tooth, and then
when you look at his other picture, it's all there. He's got all his teeth. But when you look at it there, he doesn't. Right there.
yeah.
His other fucking teeth. Where's his eyelashes?
Dude, you got to come over tomorrow so we can take that TV apart.
Yeah.
Get some glasses. Because
You
it's
bet.
time to make them.
It's time to start doing some experiments and get some red glasses or somehow. That's been going around again too. But you know, it's just so many different things that are out there now. It's like CERN did open a door to something, and our world most likely did end in 2012.
Probably did, and this is like the alternate crappy world that got spit out.
Yeah, you want to talk about dimensions? Oh, you just flipped into another one. Everybody's got Mandela effects, like, but we're
Dude, it reminds
here, but
me-
we're not here.
You know what it reminds me? It reminds me of that episode of Doctor Who when all the different timelines all mashed together, all these different times. There's like dinosaurs, and there's like alternate reality where there's like flying balloon ships.
Oh, we're gonna
and
talk
shit.
to our CIA guy.
That's what it reminds me of right now, with all the weird shit. Because there's always
You
like,
might
some
not
weird
pick
stuff
up.
happening.
This is the Manwich Show. You're live.
Well, hi there, and thank you for having me in your living room.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good today. Our topic is lizard people. And we thought we'd reach out to you and have you tell us a little bit about what you know about these. Have they always been here? Are they visitors?
Do you
Are
believe,
they-
Don, in this conspiracy theory that there are these beings that are lizards? They're called reptilians that are actually manipulating world governments and agendas. Have you heard of anything like this at all?
I think of in the creation of the earth that God made the reptiles, the ants, the bugs, the lizards, the cucarachas, before he made humans. We are actually considered as the pests. Humans, earthlings, are the pests, and the lizard people are actually welcome here all the time.
Please tell us more. Yeah, I mean, you might just tell us all that you
That's
know.
why
That's
they
what the
eat
top.
us.
Yes, I give credit to Jim and Luann Coyne and her wonderful family for bringing food to me as I was a prisoner at 3515 East Cudahy Avenue in Cudahy for 3 months. Yeah, and I was trapped in a basement full of cucarachas and rats. And Luann brought me food. It kept me alive. I was trapped by a mentally ill idiot guy for 3 months, and the lizards and the rats and the cucarachas kind of scared me in a sense. But thank God for Jim Luann Coyne for bringing me food and medicine to keep you alive. And then Sergeant Tom Lively.
Where are you currently, Don? Where are you currently living? Like,
I had meetings with the White House this week a couple of times, and they told me not to use my real names, use my names from other countries, Cop Killer or Moses, because Bin Laden people actually believed that I was killed. So they wanted me to be his neighbor back in the 90s until obviously he was killed to get Barack's ratings increase. So I was advised by the White House staff to use the name Moses or Cop Killer, not my other names. You know, it might be kidnapped because Bin Laden's people might think that I'm actually still alive. Crazy, ridiculous.
So you got a name that you go by that's called Cop Killer?
Yeah, since 1974, I was involved with the Hells Angels and Milwaukee Wrecking Crew Outlaws. I was actually involved with both those radical groups. cop killer. And then Moses, when I got off the damn drugs in 1981, people were calling me Moses because I was causing hell for people that were in nursing homes and people are stuck in prisons and mental hospitals. I mean, I was saying these people should not be here. Let them out. Now, some people call me Moses. I mean, kind of crazy. So I was called Moses, and back in the 70s when I was a biker type dude with the different people that run the roads, beautiful bikes and that, I was called cop killer. Yeah, so I was told by the White House staff, you better go back to those names. Don't use your other names. Because a lot of people might think that you're still alive, even though they thought they killed you over by Southwoods Restaurant, Pennsylvania Avenue back in 1993, August 27th. Yeah, I worked for Homeland Security at the CIA. Design products to actually stop and win the war, but it's terrible. Our soldiers gave their life for your freedom, not my freedom, because I'm treated as some second-rate citizen. So, I mean, they think that I was killed. And obviously, I designed products that actually stopped the war and the war. That asshole Ron Johnson, that stupid son of a bitch, Donald Trump, wouldn't do nothing at all to stop the fucking war and the war.
Do you know anybody that in the White House or like in politics that you may suspect is a lizard or a reptilian?
Well, like I say, they're more important than humans are on this earth. I mean, God made the lizards and the reptiles first before he made us. So we actually the pests. They are actually the guests that have every right to be here all the time. So you
would say that we're the invaders.
We are the invaders. Yes, Earthlings, humans.
I thought we were made in the image of God. Lizards aren't made in the image of God.
Well, God made man on the last fifth and sixth day, and He rested on the seventh day.
But God made man in His image and put him in charge, gave him authority over all the creatures of the land.
That lizard's older than.
And the Bible says that even the king's palace and even in safe there is reptiles, which we know as spiders and cucarachas.
He says spiders, but.
Cucaracha.
What's going? Hey, you know what? What's happened with you in the last week, Don? Tell us. Any adventures?
Yeah, 12 meetings with the White House staff, and they kind of like told me, you want to stay alive, don't state your name. Call your other names from other countries or the old biker names. Use those names because these people thought they killed me. Strange that I'm still alive. I think I'm alive, not in heaven yet. But when good bakery food is in me, then I think I'm in heaven. Or hand-dipped chocolate shops. Can't forget the old Ambrosia when I was around. That's excellent chocolate.
Yeah, Ambrosia chocolate, delicious.
Yeah, so
the Jeffrey Dahmer chocolate
I've
here
heard
in Milwaukee.
I've heard that it's finger looking good.
Dahmer approved.
Hey, we can laugh about that shit in Wisconsin.
That's right.
We got all the fucking freaks like that. Ed Gein, Dahmer.
Yeah, it's terrible. Innocent people were killed by him. That's terrible.
That's terrible. But anyways, back to the lizard people.
Yes, we are the pests. Those are the welcome guests here.
Incredible.
So when you were working undercover for the CIA, did you know that if any of them ever gave out any of the orders or anything like that, or have you seen any possible shifting or anything like that?
You
were able to witness any of that stuff, or were you just they just had you in the?
Have you ever seen anybody shift into another shape?
Yeah, I mean you're out there and you're in the city, you're doing your thing.
Way back to the lizard people, and that. Do you know how a lady gets, or a housewife gets rid of roaches and cucarachas and lizards? You know how a lady gets rid of cucarachas and roaches and bed bugs?
How?
Ask to make a commitment. They run away every time.
Ask them for a commitment. They run away every time.
Fucking A, dude.
That's some serious stuff.
You made me forget what I was saying. That's a great way of getting rid of them, huh?
Yeah, there's more talk about that. The Pentagon, the CIA, Homeland Security, U.S. Marshals about Martians and lizard people. I mean, it's a new phase that we're all on that bandwagon thinking that, lizard people obviously are, pests, but they're actually been here before we were here. So I mean, we're actually the pests.
Yeah.
Dang, I feel bad. I'm a
They had a program. They had a program on back in the '60s and early '70s called Shock Theater on the Channel 6.
Oh,
I
used to
remember
love
that.
watching that.
I remember
loved
that.
watching that.
And the Albert the Alley Cat in Ward, Albert the Alley Cat, Jack Dublon, I was one of the 1,500 people who sent them get well card, get his cancer gone. I mean, he passed away terrible. But Albert the Alley Cat was actually Jack Dublon. Jack Dublon was actually Shock Theater, the guy that had those scary movies on Saturday night on Channel
Shock
6
Theater,
at
and there's
midnight.
another one, Spinguli.
Oh, yes, that one. Yeah, that was good, too. Yeah. And Twilight Zone kept it only for a half hour. He was bisexual. Rod Stern was actually bisexual. And he wanted his...
Rat.
Yeah, he wanted that half-hour program to keep the audience intensify glued to the television. I had two friends that made the music for Oprah Winfrey, the synthesizer, Man Lady. They made the music that made you hypnotized. You could not leave Oprah program until it was commercial break. How music controls people.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Yes, it does.
Oh, yeah,
Yep,
the
yes,
frequencies in it and
there's
stuff like
messages
that.
in there.
It isn't just the messages; it's the
Controlling
frequency
can actually control you, make
of
you
the
violent,
of the
make you want to do
music.
shit,
Hell
make
yeah!
you break shit, fuck people up.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
are
there was
to
a-
listen to really.
Shock Theater had the actual outlaws that were actually not if they were changing disguises. They actually were fit in there, right there by the coffins and everything. Well, Jack Dublon was Dr. Capaparino. Yeah, so I mean, the actual outlaws were actually right on the television there. People thought they were monsters, but they were actually that's the way they look all the time. That's why I would wake up. Then Ward Allen had a greenhouse back in the 70s on 10th and Ross, and there he was drunk all the time. He had that alcohol bug.
You know, we should start to wrap it up now for tonight.
Yeah, I gotta go. My ride is here.
Your ride is here. Oh man, the turd is there. Man.
Oh,
What?
do you know why God gave the devil permission to give my niece Bonnie Mead, also Bonnie Pope, yeast infection? Do you know why God gave the devil permission to give my niece Bonnie Mead, Bonnie Pope, yeast infection?
Why?
So she knows what it's like living with a cunt.
Well, let's all sign off, everybody.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Mike.
This is Ken.
This is Michelle.
this is Rich. Go ahead, Don. Say this is Don.
This is Cop Killer or Moses.
And this is
The Manwich Show.
the Manwich Show.
Signing off.
All right.
Yes.
Love
Like,
you, Don.
subscribe, and follow.
Call you
Thank you.
again next week,
Yes,
brother.
next week. Next week. Have a good night. Be safe out there.
Yeah. Good night, lizard people. Good night, lizard people.
There's some pretty good ones. Especially, one of the crazy things when you do these live Q&As is some of them are very silly. So we got one. Mark, are the allegations true that you are secretly a lizard? I'm gonna have to go with no on that. I am not a lizard. But keep the high quality comments coming in, please. This is surely on track to be a great live Q&A if we continue getting stuff at that level of quality. There's actually a lot of funny stuff in here too.
Had some super fun before.
Goodbye for us. You have to say it, baby. And us in Texas, you want to try, baby. I know you can. I know your heart, and you will figure out you love me now.
is created through vibrations that alter the human mind, so your brain just thinks it sees a human. It's similar to how the aliens describe